going to be all about highlighting and contouring. This has been such a requested video from my friends and my family, and I just really wanted to get this video up. So what is highlighting and contouring? For me, highlighting and contouring is really just going to brighten up my face. It's really restructuring, pulling forward the facial features that you really want to be noticed or to be profound, creating definition, meaning just creating shadows on the face, making your face look skinnier. Highlighting and contouring is really great if you're going for a wedding, or if it's your birthday, or if you're going somewhere that you're going to be taking tons of pictures, or photo shoots, things like that. This isn't something that I do every day. Sometimes if I'm up early in the morning during the week, then I'll definitely go all out, but other times it's not included in my regular day routine. Keep in mind though that there's tons of ways that you can highlight and contour depending on how strong you want it to be. You can highlight and contour just using powders. Today we are going to be using creams and powders. So as you guys can tell, I already just did like the basics of the face. I did my eyes, my brows. I also applied a thin layer of foundation. I did go in with CoverGirl's Clean Whipped Cream. I always start with highlighting. But the product that I'm going to be using is going to be the Instant Age Rewind. And this is by Maybelline. This is really going to get rid of the dark circles, take away from any puffiness that you might have. It's really just going to give you a flawless look. It does go on very smoothly. Again, this is in the color Light Pale. You do want something that's 2 to 3 shades lighter than your complexion. It's all up to you. This is all about personal preference. For me personally, I love a very light under eye. So the first thing I'm going to do is just create 2 triangles underneath the eye. And bring it all the way up to the end of your brow. And then just go ahead and fill that in. So just go ahead and pump this thing up. Make a straight line. And then pat the rest up. And then color in. This is going to look cray-cray, but believe me, it will come together at the very end. So I just go ahead and pull it forward in this section right here. Just like that. And then I'm also going to run it on my jawline there, just sort of connect the lines. Highlighting this section right here, it's going to make, the hollows of your cheeks more defined. It's just going to bring more attention to that hollowed cheek of the area for the cheek contour. I'm just going to make a little tribal symbol. Just like that. And then also you could just dab your cheek. So I do like my Cupid's bow to be very highlighted. If you don't highlight your upper lip, some of the shades or like your foundation, just like the ends of the look will kind of make it look like you have a mustache. So we do not want that, believe me. So go ahead and pop it there just a little. And you also want to just drag this along very lightly on the center of your nose. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that as well. These are all of the sections that I'm going to be highlighting, so we're just going to stop right there. Go ahead and take a damp beauty blender and just go ahead and buff that out. I'm telling you, blending is going to be your best friend. Really get up into the creases of your lower lid. That way, the more that you blend into those creases, the less likely it is for, your concealer to crease throughout the day. have a fan blowing right next to me, so it's kind of making the product a little harder to blend. I do recommend getting like a moisturizing setting spray that you have, and go ahead, spray it a couple of times, more than a few times, and go ahead and go back in. So now that we're going on top of the forehead, do bring it down in between your brows. That's just going to help it have a really highlighted effect. And just know you are going to look very white, very pale, but that's what the contouring is going to do. It's just going to go in and put some color back into your face. So don't worry if you feel like it's too light, because it'll all pull together at the end. And you can use whatever brush you'd like. A lot of times I will go in with the tapered kabuki. This is from Sigma, and it was included in the Jaclyn Hill's Beauty Expert box. So I'm just gonna go in, make sure all of that is blended in. And be sure that you're sweeping away from your face. This is really gonna give it like a blown out effect. So just look at the difference. I know that this looks very extreme, but once you're all done blending, this is what you're going to end up with. So bring it all the way up to the end of the brow. You really want this section to be very highlighted. Just look at me. The difference between the color of my face and my chest are completely different, but don't worry about that. I'm telling you, once we're done with the highlighting, we're gonna put all of that color back into our skin. And again, if you're using a brush, you're just gonna want to go like this as well. That is it for the highlighting with the cream products. Now we're just gonna jump right into contouring. I'm just going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me. It is a foundation. I just got a shade that was a few shades darker than my original skin tone. This is in the color 355. Now that we're going to contour, we're gonna go ahead and create shadows onto the face. So for me, I really want more of a cheek structure. I really want like my cheekbones to be defined and kind of make it look like my cheekbones are protruded a little. That's just gonna make your face look a little thinner. And I also want to put some color back up into the forehead. Let's go ahead and start to contour. You can do a fishy face to find the hollows of your cheeks. Just hold a brush, align it with your ear, and kind of just like roll it a little. I know that it's gonna be right here. Try not to bring the contour too close to your lips. A great tip as to, you know, where to start, where to stop. Do put about 3 fingers, you know, next to your lips. You can do 2. Everyone is different. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop this bad boy right here. Again, there's 2 fingers. Is it 3? I do the exact same thing to the other side. Eyeball where this one starts. Sort of like mark it off, you know, that way like you know that they're even. Other places that I would like to contour is going to be my nose. Up here, I'm just gonna go ahead and mark off 2 lines there and then 2 lines here. Another place I like to contour is going to be right in here. tap just right here. One more thing, just to make your lower lip look a little more supple and full, I'm just going to take this and dab it on the lower lip. There you go. I mean, you can't really see it, but it does create like a shadow there. But I'm just going to be using this slanted contouring brush just to blend all of that out. I believe this is a Morphe brush. It was included in my giveaway by Jessica Anderson. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend out the cheeks. Now you can go up this way, but don't go down. Now let's move on to just blending this all in, just to put some color back into there. Now leave this section white. This is going to be the highlight area. So this is a Real Technique brush, and it is a base shadow brush. I'm just going to use this to blend out all that contour for my nose. Just to make sure that everything is nice and blended in, I'm going to go in with a, what is this? This is just a Duo Fiber face brush. This was limited edition. Well, that's what it said, but I still see it in stores. So it's just a powder brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend everything out. We just want to make sure that everything is really blended out, making sure that there's no harsh lines, especially down here. It looks like we are done with our cream products. Any excess product, just drag it down below. Now that we are done with our cream products, we're just going to go in, set all of the highlight and contour with some powders. Of course, I've used this in the past in my previous videos, but it is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder. Take this little brush here. I like it because it does have like a squared off tip to it. And I'm going to place it on the places closest to the ear, just to make sure that that section is the most defined. Blend it out with that brush, any brush that you have. And then of course, don't forget the top of your forehead. So now that we are all done setting our contoured areas, I'm going to go ahead and set the highlighted areas on the face. I'm going to go in with the Contour and Blush palette. This is by BH Cosmetics. You can buy it online for about $15 or so. So of course I'm going to be taking this white shade and dab that onto our highlighted sections. Don't go in a certain motion, the same motion, because then the concealer is really just gonna stay that way. It's gonna pull that product that way and then set into the creases. So you want to go in like a dab dab motion, a swipe swipe motion, a pat pat motion. Down your nose as well, along with your forehead. Take the brush that you did apply your foundation with, And I'm just gonna run that along the edges here. This is gonna define the contour a lot more. This is a lot, but again, all of this is completely optional. This is just going in very detailed, very defined, using a lot of products just to create a really defined look. What I am going to do is just apply a little bit of color on to the apples of my cheeks. I'm going to be using this color here, and I'm going to be placing it on the apples of my cheeks. So go ahead, make a little smile. You see how we have like some harsh lines here? We do want to get rid of those. So go ahead and take your fluffy brush and blend all of that out. Just to get rid of a little bit of that white powder, I'm going to go in with Milani. This is just a powder foundation, and I'm just going to run that in the places I feel that needs it. So this section, bring it down to your neck, your nose, forehead. Of course, we're going to set our makeup with some type of setting spray that you might have. Currently, I'm going to be using the Mario Badescu setting spray. It smells like a rose petal. That was it for my highlighting and contouring routine. Again, I know that it's very detailed. There's lots of steps. There's lots of products used. Just know that this is very detailed, you know, for specific events. I know that it can be complicated and, you know, time consuming, but it is for fun. That was it for today's video. I hope that you guys learned something. Again, and as always, everything will be listed down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will be seeing you guys in my next video. Mwah! Thank you. Bye.